All right, so yo, what's up for you guys watching this on the YouTube replay? I appreciate y'all being here. We got some good news and some bad news to go over. Like, look at this stock right here, ticker symbol Dave. They did great. They're up 37% today. A nice little green candle on them. They gapped up on some very nice earnings. They beat guidance. Disney's up 25% today. Disney, politics aside, is a really good company. I mean, the stock's been flat for 10 years, but anyway. Let me go to my Moomoo portfolio as well. So looks like every single stock that we own in here is up on the day. So the market's really happy. Trump just had the trade negotiation deal with the UK. Yo, what up, Two Trick? How's it going, dude? Yeah, man, the market's doing great today. Let me check my main Robinhood taxable accounts. So we're up 1.26%, and the SPY is up 1.3. So yeah, we're pretty much right in line with the market. If we go to our Roth IRA as well, our Roth is up 3.6%. We haven't even had our Roth IRA for a year, but it's now over $1,000 because I deposited a lot of money in here yesterday. Oh yeah, here's the new stock I bought. I haven't even shown y'all this. I actually bought Main Street Capital. This is a dividend paying stock that has a monthly dividend. So if you like a monthly dividend, they pay a non-qualified dividend. So that's why I own them in my Roth IRA. But check this out right here. Every single month you get paid 25 cents. So basically a quarter of your money back every month. So I basically get $1 back every month with that company, which is kind of cool. Yo, what up, Glenn? How's it going? Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. Dylan said, can you check Rain Metal? Yo, Dylan, give me the ticker symbol for Rain Metal. I'll check it out. I got you. Uh, yeah, let me go back over here. Let me check the watch list. We'll see just what stocks are going up today and what stocks are down. Then we'll get into the analysis. I wanted to look at AMD in a little bit. AMD reported earnings, so it looks like Krispy Kreme. If anyone's heard of Krispy Kreme before, literally going bankrupt. They're only worth 540 million. They're at an all-time low today. They just lose so much money, which is unfortunate. Beyond Meat. Has anyone heard of Beyond Meat? The market has not responded well to plant-based meat because this stock is at an all-time low. Would I buy the dip on them? Absolutely not. If you look in the top right, the market cap is 178 million, and let's go look at the net income. They lost 44 million just in the most recent quarter. So that's well over 20% of the company. Oh, here's Match Group. Has anyone heard of like Tinder before? That's this stock publicly traded, and their stock's at an all-time low. They actually just started paying a dividend though. They trade at 13 times net income, which is a very fair valuation. Oh, here we go. RHM. Yo, we'll look at HIMS as well. Yo, what up, Crypto Pong? What's up, man? So Dylan said RHM. What? Let's see if we can find that one. So you said I can't find that one, unfortunately. Rain Metal. I can't find that one. I do apologize there. So let's look at HIMS because this company also just reported earnings. And they had phenomenal earnings. They deserve the hype. I mean, if we go look at their revenue right here, the orange line is what the analysts were expecting. They beat on revenue, they beat on net income, and they beat on EBITDA. It was a triple beat. Sales were up 110% year over year. I mean, that is why people love this company. Here, I'll just show you this right here. Look at this growth. If a company's growing their fundamentals, the stock price has just got to follow. And so are the profits. If you go to the free cash flow, 50 million of free cash flow, up 3x. Net income, super profitable, no debt as well. Hims is a debt-free company with 332 million of cash. So, dude, that's a great fundamental play and a good growth company. I really like them. So yeah, Glenn, I do really like them. Yeah, what's up? I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. How's it going? Man, did you see the dividend Mary is paying? Yo, what up, Joe? What stock you talking about there? Hey, Lucas said Google stock. Yeah, dude, Google's a great value. I actually bought a share of them yesterday. I'll be really quick about this. I'll show you my position. Look, Google fell 7% yesterday after Apple is gonna compete with them. I thought this was already priced into the stock, but I guess not. But yeah, I decided to buy a share at $151 yesterday. We've had a nice little rally. It's back up to 156, but I'm still down 3% on my position. Look at the PE. Google trades at 17.5 times net income. I mean, super cheap valuation, and they're growing the fundamentals. You won't believe this. The net income's up 45% to 34 billion, and the sales were only up 12%. So that means they're growing their net margins. Margins grew to a 38%. So anyway, Google, everything there, in my opinion, is still growing phenomenally. Even if they lose their search business, look at the Google Cloud business. The Google Cloud is like a mini business inside one. They own Waymo. They have their own quantum chip. Google's an innovative company. So hopefully that was helpful. I might be biased because I own some Google, but I own them for a reason. The fundamentals are just so great. Yo, James said TTWO. Yeah, this company owns Rockstar Games, GTA 5, GTA 6. Unfortunately, They just said they're going to delay the release of GTA 6. On that day, the stock fell like 7%, but it doesn't even matter. If we go to the monthly, the stock's literally at an all-time high. So congrats if you own them. You're really just waiting for them to release GTA 6 at that point. So yeah, that I can't wait to see what'll happen to the revenue. I mean, people will pay for GTA 6 no matter if it's like 300 bucks probably. So someone said Alibaba, or yeah, Alibaba. So if we go to the Chinese stocks, Alibaba is one of my more favorite Chinese companies just because they make so much money and the valuation's dog cheap. I think they pay a dividend now, but 18 times net income. They're also kind of like an AI company. They partner with DeepSeek. 903 million annual active customers. This company owns AliExpress. If Alibaba owns AliExpress, it's kind of like a uh, e-commerce Shopify thing. But anyway, look at the net income in the three most recent quarters. This is in US dollars. They're making 6 billion, 6 billion, 3 billion. The free cash flow is just as good. Literally 10 billion of free cash flow just in the most recent quarter. So very nice fundamentals there on Alibaba, I think. Yo, Mercutio said ticker symbol Dave. Dude, ticker symbol Dave is my best winner today. Um, I just made a YouTube video about this stock. They had just incredible earnings. The stock's up 38%. So yeah, congrats if you own that one. Mercutio. Do you own the Mercutio, dude? They're so great. Oh yeah, if you want to use this app, it's in the link tree in my bio. First link there, Jason. It's a brokerage. It's called Mumu. Let's see here. RNMBY. Let's try that ticker symbol. Oh, here's Rain. So this is like a weird. They're not in the US, but wow, I can see why you like this stock. They're at an all-time high today because they're a foreign stock. There's low volume. The candles look very weird. But either way, the stock's literally at an all-time high today. Let's look. What did they sell? Vehicle systems, ammunition, and power systems. Let's check out the bottom line. Yeah, they made 500 million just in the most recent quarter. So that's some very impressive numbers. So I can see why that stock's at an all-time high right now. I wonder what country they're based in. So the stock MSTY has a huge dividend. Oh yeah, so MSTY, this is a covered call ETF, and MicroStrategy is kind of a stock you want to sell calls on because of you get such high premiums, but also selling calls in the long run, you're not going to outperform the market. Like, look, the stock has lost 19% the past year. Year to date, it's down 13, but you get the nice, if you buy that ETF, I think you get like 100% dividend. Uh, and they just sell calls. Oh, you do own that one. Yo, you got to be up crazy on your Dave. Oh, dang, I'm now up 90% on Dave. Disney also. Disney had phenomenal earnings, dude. Like really good earnings. I actually just made a YouTube video about it if you want to check it out. But here's a high yielding dividend stock. If you're looking for a really high yielding play that's sustainable, check out ticker symbol MO. If you look in the very middle of my screen here, they have a 6.75% dividend. So you basically get 6% of your money back, or 6.75% of your money back every year in a qualified dividend on top of the stock price appreciation. So even if you buy the stock now at all-time highs, you still get that dividend. The payout ratio is very safe. It's like a 60% payout ratio. They actually have room to raise their dividend, believe it or not. So, Anoy said, check out Kraken Robotics. So give me the ticker symbol. Yeah, I'll check it out for you. Rainmetal is German. Oh, okay, that's cool. We just made a deal with the UK. In a sense, that's why the market's kind of up today. Here's ticker symbol ZIM. So this company's another high yielding dividend stock. They do shipping containers. So basically, whenever this company makes net income, they pay out half of it as a dividend. And sometimes, look in 2022, you got $27 of dividends. The whole stock price is $14. So that's crazy. But anyway, the dividend changes whatever their net income is. So I'll be quick about this, bro. Here we go. So if you go to the net income right here, sometimes they don't make net income. Look at this. For these 4 quarters right here, you didn't get any dividends because they didn't make any net income. But now that they're finally starting to make net income again, they're starting to pay out a dividend. So yeah, there's another stock that does another shipping container company. I like it more than them. I forget the name though. It might be GOGL. It's not Google. It's ticker symbol GOGL. This is another shipping container company. What's the dividend? 7.8% dividend yield here. Again, they don't outperform the market in the long run. But anyway, what's the best dividend stock, your opinion? I mean, just from a yield perspective, like a Microsoft or a Google, like in terms of safety and dividend growth. But my personal highest yielding dividend stock is ticker symbol Cube. They actually have a 4.85% dividend. So, and it's completely sustainable in my opinion. Check out Kraken Robotics, PNG. Is that their ticker symbol? PNG? Oh, it is. So, wow, the stock is doing great, actually. Let's see, they're not huge. They're only a $600 million company, so not big. So let's see their product sales. Yeah, it's doing good. What about services? Yeah, it's up 36%. Again, they don't have. They're only a $600 million company. They don't have that much revenue. The revenue was 19 million, down 7%. But look, was that a one-time adjustment? It was. So usually they are profitable. That's the good news. This is a money making company. They're making net income. They're not losing money. They're growing their balance sheet, which is good. So they're I can they're just a little too small for me, but I can see why that one people like them. Is SOL a hold or a sell? Are you talking about Solana? So yeah, I don't really do much crypto. I know you can like stake your Solana, kind of like Cardano. You can stake your Cardano. I just don't own any crypto. I like dividend paying stocks. Yo, Sermon, how's it going, dude? Yo, Nate said UNH stocks. So that's one of my bigger losers. Check out United Health. Just in 1 month. 1 month ago, this was a near $600 stock. Now it's 380. So I think now you can. None of this is financial advice, by the way. I don't sell anything. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. I literally am just on here to give my opinion. I like this one. Look at this. You get a 2.2% dividend yield, only a 50% payout ratio. They have a lot of room to raise the dividend, and they're trading at 16 times net income. That's a historically very cheap, very fair valuation for United Health Group. And we're also a customer. We actually use their OptumRx, and look at the OptumRx sales. I mean, incredible growth here. So up 15% year over year. Very nice. So let's see. BTF, please. What's this one? Valkyrie, Bitcoin, and Ether strategy. So it might just own Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let me check the top holdings here. So Bitcoin futures, Treasury bills. So yeah, it looks like a crypto related ETF. So it should just like follow crypto. And I mean, I don't know it exactly. It might be like a split of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know. So Sun said, what would you say about AMD? So, oh, we'll look at ServiceNow. Yo, Jason, remind me to look at ServiceNow. I love that company. So, AMD is a stock I do own. I am down bad on them, actually. I'll show you that right here. I like being completely transparent. I'll show you my winners and I'll show you my bigger losers. Like, check this out right here. We're down on Zoom, UiPath, and AMD, our third largest loser. So, they did just report earnings. The earnings were very good, in my opinion. The stock didn't move too much, though. We can look at this, the data center business right here. Data center business was up 57% year over year. So, very nice growth there, 57% growth. And same with the actual fundamentals. Look at the free cash flow. They're making like 700 million of free cash flow a quarter now. The net income was super impressive. Actually, the operating profit was the most impressive part. And dude, honestly, the balance sheet on AMD, like this is just such a safe company, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Like that balance sheet is so great. No net debt on AMD. So yeah, no one apart from seniors as they want dividend stocks. You want accumulation. Yeah, dude, that's why like if you go to my main taxable account right here, I do own some of the higher yielding dividend stocks, but most of these actually I love dividend stocks. Every single stock that I own in here pays a dividend, but most of these have dividend yields very low, like Meta, Google, Constellation Energy. McDonald's is my highest yielding stock in here. Uh, oh yeah, and if we also go to my Roth IRA right here, I actually just bought Main Street Capital. That's another high yielding dividend stock. Kroger is a decent one. Kroger is like a grocery store. If you've heard of Kroger before, they're at an all-time high, pretty much, which is cool. But anyway, yeah, here's some of the super investors like Warren Buffett, for example. You're right, like Warren Buffett owns a lot of the higher yielding stocks, like a Coca-Cola, a Bank of America, a Chevron, with like a 4% dividend yield. So anyway, let's keep looking here. Thoughts on Pepsi? Oh yeah, we'll look at Hims. Oh, I wanted to look at ServiceNow here. We'll look at Pepsi because this is a sad story. Look at Pepsi. They're at like a new 52 or new multi-year low today. And if you look at Coca-Cola, they're pretty much at an all-time high. So that's what's weird. If we look at Pepsi, you now get a 4% dividend yield with this company. I think the dividend's really safe on Pepsi. Yo, what up, John Johnson? How's it going, guys? Yeah, I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. If you guys got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. I'm reading the YouTube chat first, but yeah, the Pepsi trades at 19 times net income. Look at that valuation collapse. I mean, did they lose their growth? Let's see. So sales are down 1%. Ew, the net income's down 10. So that means they're kind of losing their net margins. But still, the dividend's very safe. I love the Frito-Lay. I love Cheetos, Doritos. I love Powerade. I mean, I love all of Pepsi products. So, yeah. Does LTC pay dividends? Yeah, so LTC, this is not Litecoin. This is actually LTC properties. This is an industry that a lot of people like. These are senior housing facilities, which is supposed to be like a booming business. So this company actually has a 6% dividend yield. They're a real estate investment trust. They're a REIT, and it's actually completely sustainable. So yeah, 6.35% dividend yield. So let's see here. WPM. Let's check this one out. WPM. What's your price target for Google? I think Google in the long run is a $200 plus stock. Easy. I mean, it could take a year to get there, but it's a $200 stock in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. I don't sell nothing. So here's a Canadian stock, Wheaton Precious Metals. I assume they own some gold because this stock looks like the price of gold, and gold is at an all-time high today. So yeah, these are all the mines that they own, which is pretty cool. Let's see, how is Salobo doing? So yeah, look at that. If we go to quarterly, it's had a nice jump up. So let's go to the net income right here. So yeah, look at that. They're making like 100 to 200 million of net income a quarter. Looks like they had a little one-time adjustment to their net income. The operating profit was actually up 42%. Whoa, look at this balance sheet right here. They have no debt. Let's see how much cash. This is why 800 million of cash and literally no debt on this company. Cash from operations is up 30. Wow. So I can understand why this company is at an all-time high. They have great fundamentals. Yo, what up, Luffy? He said, "Did you buy the dip on Google?" I sure did yesterday. Not too much. I bought another share of them. You can see exactly where I buy the shares if I go down here. I bought a share at $151 on May 7th. On April 21st, I got one for 148. But yeah, we're still down on my position, by the way. If we go to Google, I am down 3.67%. But anyway, in my opinion, Google is a $200 stock plus in the long run. The valuation's a 17. I mean, their price, the DOJ is coming after them. So is margin trading good? I don't think so. I've never used margin ever. Like this app, it gives me the ability to take out $10,000 of margin, but I would never do that because you got to pay interest. So I just don't like to do that. Yeah, Jason, let's check out ServiceNow right here. So you're basically taking out a loan to buy stocks. So I wouldn't take out a loan to buy stocks and margin. So anyway, here's ServiceNow. Great software company with incredible growth. I mean, if we look at this, actually, let me go down here and show you. If you go to the revenue, this is incredible. It's 3 billion. So 3 billion of revenue, up 20% year over year. And look at the net income. They make basically 500 million of net income a quarter, which is 2 billion a year. Look at the free cash flow. It's pretty much a billion. If you average out the 4 quarters, yeah, they're making a billion of free cash flow a quarter. I mean, great software growth company. So what are their gross margins? Let's see. Gross margins of 78%. Wow. So yeah, I've been buying a lot of Google. My average is at 170. Hey, I think you have a better cost basis than me. Oh, what up, Cruz? He said Lockheed Martin. So here's an aerospace and defense company. So with a nice dividend growth rate. So check this out. If we go to the dividend, if you buy the stock right now, you get a 2.71% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only a 57%. And I'll show you what they do right here. Here's what I like showing you what they do. They're in aeronautics. They're in rotary mission systems. They make missiles. They're in space, aerospace. So this is a really innovative company. I don't think their business is really going anywhere in the long run. So Lockheed Martin, I like that one as a dividend growth company and low valuation. They do tons of stock buybacks. So Tesla or Amazon have the best upside right now. Yo, what up, Card? I do own Amazon right now. The Amazon valuation is pretty fair in my opinion. On the other hand, the Tesla valuation, no matter what metric you look at, it's not a fair valuation in my opinion. And you know what? We can look at Tesla. I'm saying the unpopular opinion here, of course. So again, so here's the bad news. So Tesla, here's why I like to look at fundamentals. They trade at 160 times net income. So 160 times net income, a crazy valuation. And look, they lost their growth. The automotive business is literally down 15% year over year. So I just can't apply that huge multiple. And like, look at the net income. Net income collapsed. It's down 70% year over year to just 420 million of net income. So I'm surprised the stock is holding up good. I remember I listened to the whole Tesla earnings call because it interests me. Elon's like, I'm going to come back, work for the company. I'm going to spend way less time at Doge and come work for Tesla. That's why the stock went up, but the fundamentals aren't there. Anyway, let's look at NVO. This is Novo Nordisk. Has anyone heard of Ozempic? This is the company that owns Ozempic. They're like a weight loss prescription. Check this out. 95% of the business is their diabetes and obesity care. So this is a pure play for weight loss. And look at this. You also get a nice yield here, a 2.1% dividend yield. The payout ratio is only a 43%. So they actually have room to raise their dividend. And the net income is, look at that, 3-4 billion of net income every quarter. Very nice. And they also just partnered. Yeah, Marcusio, let's check out Hims. So Novo Nordisk and Hims and Hers just partnered up to sell a GLP-1 prescription again. It costs like $500 a month. This is the bad. It used to cost $200 a month on Hims. Now it costs $500 a month. So it's not really a great deal. But anyway, Hims, this is the insanely good news. The sales are up 110%. This is why Hims deserves all the hype around it. They really do deserve it. The sales have doubled to 580 million. I mean, look, their sales just hit a new record every quarter, so the growth rate is phenomenal and the profits. The free cash flow is growing like crazy, the net income's growing like crazy, and they have no debt. They're growing their assets, they're growing their cash pile. They're in my debt-free watch list. If I go right here, here are all the stocks I have with zero debt, like Opera, Yelp, Duolingo, Zoom, Reddit, DocuSign, Pinterest. They're all debt-free. So, why NVO drop? I don't know. Or actually, I've heard that the patent for Ozempic expires in 2 years, which wouldn't be good. So I've seen someone saying Lucid in chat. Unfortunately, this is a company you do not want to own, and I feel bad if you own this one because this company has diluted the crap out of you and burns money like crazy. So if you look in the top right, this is what you what you want to look for to not buy in a company. If you look in the top right, and this is the reason why the stock is done so bad. If you look in the top right, the whole company is worth 7 billion. So they're only worth 7 billion, and look at the net income. They lost 400 million in the most recent quarter, another 400 million. The quarter before they lost a billion. That's 1/7 of the company they lost in one quarter. So this company really needs to they need to just get profitable. They need to make money because they're literally diluting you. You've been diluted like 15% year over year. So you own 15% less of the company on top of the fundamentals declining. So I'd be careful with that one. Show the Webull account. Hey, yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. I'll show you my entire portfolio. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't sell nothing. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. No other like live streamer I feel like would show you their losses. But this is what's cool. I'd like to show you my entire portfolio. Look at this. We're actually down 6% all time in here. So full transparency. We do got some winners in here like Disney, Dave, Robinhood, SoFi. I've taken a lot of profits on those too. And also, here's my main dividend portfolio. Up 1.14% on the day. Here are all the stocks that we own in here. But yeah, and we have a Roth IRA. It's only $1,000. But anyway, yeah. If you want to see my entire stock portfolio, go to my YouTube channel. I do stock portfolio updates all the time. Like I just did a whole entire stock portfolio update. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It's in the link tree in my bio as well. I'd really appreciate. That's all I ask. I don't sell a book, course, Discord, literally none of that. All I have is a YouTube channel. So if you subscribe, that'd mean a lot. But anyway, I'm streaming on there as well. If you missed anything, you can replay the live stream. But anyway, here's Tempest AI. This is a company bought by Nancy Pelosi's husband. They're in a niche industry. Check this out, the genomics business. And you won't believe the growth. It jumped up 90% year over year. Incredible growth. And if we go to the data and services, it's also up 43%. So both segments of business are growing. The revenue, you can't make this up. The only bad news is they're still losing net income and like quite a lot of it too. Like they lost 500 million that one quarter, another 60 million, but the growth of the sales kind of outpaced that. So in the long run, I think that'll be a winner. What is Dave? Dave is a fintech right here. Ticker symbol Dave right here. It's hard to buy them today. They're up 40%, but yeah. Yo, Northern Jays, dude. Northern Jays, man, thank you so much for the roses, for the 7 roses. I really appreciate that. He said check Amazon. Yeah, dude, Amazon. Oh, look at this. So UPS officially says they're not going to partner with Amazon anymore, and they're cutting 20,000 jobs. So UPS is not doing good, but Amazon is doing good. You won't believe this. Check this out. They have so many businesses. They're in advertising. They have the Amazon Web Services. Like, look at just the AWS business. It's all high margin for them. Huge cloud provider. But look at the bottom line here. This is the best part about Amazon, in my opinion. They're literally making like 15 billion of net income plus a quarter, and it keeps on growing. So that's what I love about Amazon. Robin is my best performing stock. Really, John Johnson. That's great, dude. I've been buying a lot of Amazon. My average cost is at 190. Oh, nice. Sermon. What's my cost? My cost is at 183. I was lucky enough to pick up a share down here at 166. But yeah, Amazon, just a great buy and hold forever kind of company, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice here. Weeble, yo, Jess said Weeble. Are you talking about Weeble stock or my Weeble portfolio? I'm a customer. This is my Weeble portfolio right here. But also, Weeble is a stock now. They just went publicly traded. Yo, check CEP. Yo, I'm sorry if I don't get to every stock here. Ulysses, what's up? Yo, Ben, we'll check out CEP. But here's a Weeble stock. They just IPO'd. I didn't believe it. They IPO'd up to $75, and they're back down to $18. A bit of a more reasonable valuation. But yeah, I really like their platform. Let's see. Actually, they just IPO'd, but whoa, they just made net income in the most recent quarter. That's great. Sales of 100 million, so they have like a 10% net margin. So I need to do some more research on Weeble. I like Robinhood stock right now. Yo, random guy said, what's up, dude? AMD stock and Unilever, yeah. Um, So here's AMD right here. This is another one I own, by the way. I'm down bad on them. I am down, as you can see, I'm down 17% on them, or 280 bucks. I'll be quick about this one because we kind of just looked at them. You know, huge GPU market share. You get 16% PC GPU market share. This is a huge data center play. Data center business is up 57% year over year to a new record. If you go to the free cash flow, it's everything's growing here. Net income's at a record, free cash flow, and they have a monster balance sheet. So I think the risk to reward looks pretty decent on AMD. TSM is pretty good as well. But let's see. Let's look at CEP. Yo, let's see. Cantor Equity Partners. So this is, let's see. So there's a very small company, $400 million. So very small market cap. But look, they like gapped up right here. There must have been some good news. Unfortunately, I don't know what that news is because it wasn't earnings. Yeah, look at that. They're such small of a company. I don't even have any of their data. Look, or they've never sold anything. Actually, look at this. When you go to net income, it says they make $1 million of net income, and they've never sold a product or a service. They have no sales. Maybe they're an asset manager. I don't know, but I wish I could give you more thoughts on them. I do apologize. Yo, Unilever. Let me try. Let me type that one in for you. Unilever. I might not be able to find. Okay, ticker symbol UL. They own some random brands. Like if you've heard of Lipton Tea, same with her like Lipton Tea, they own that, for example. Just some random companies like that. They pay a dividend, yeah, 2.85% dividend, which is pretty cool. Underlying sales growth, volume. Oh, you see, so look, they're in personal care, they're in nutrition, beauty, home care, and they sell ice cream. I wonder, do they own like Ben and Jerry's or something? I don't know, but ice cream is 14% of their business. That's kind of cool. Let's go to net income. So yeah, look at that. They easy make $1 billion of net income a quarter. They're making $1 billion plus of net income a quarter. So yeah, let's see. Yo, Hims has a $1,500 6 month supply, but last 1 year. Oh, okay. Maybe like their weight loss prescription deal. Really banking on a good jump from INOD earnings tonight. Yo, Kadu, good to see you, my friend. Yo, we had good earnings from Constellation Energy. I can't wait to see what happens with Inno data. So yeah, if you look in the top under the stock price on May 8th, they report earnings, and today is May 8th. So get ready. I'm super excited. This stock's either going to go up or down a bunch. Again, you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in that stock because they're so risky. Like, look at them the past year. They're already up 369% the past year, but I think they'll just keep on going up. And I do own this one, by the way. I own 10 shares, nothing crazy. I'm up 21% on them, but it's like a little small bet into earnings. I think they'll do good. Oh, yeah, Kadu, here's a new stock I bought, by the way. I bought this last night. I bought, here, I'll show you. May 7th, 4 shares at $53. So I'm down on my position, but this is a monthly paying dividend stock that I like. Main Street Capital. I bought them in my Roth IRA because they pay a non-qualified dividend and it's tax-free in the Roth IRA. That's what's so cool about the Roth IRA. Yo, Ulysses, good to see you, dude. Nvidia. Yeah, I haven't looked at Nvidia today. Oh, yeah, we got to look at QBTS as well. A lot of stocks are on the move today, but here's Nvidia stock. Check this out. You know, fundamentals are incredible. GPU market share of 18%. Big GPU market share. The automotive revenue keeps on growing. And here's why they deserve all the hype around them. The same for like Hims and Hers. The fundamentals are up double. The sales have doubled from the previous year. And if we go to the net income, it's literally 22 billion just in the past 3 months. You know, if we zoom out to last year, it was under a billion a quarter, but they've literally 22x'd the net income, the bottom line. So that's why they deserve this crazy stock price appreciation. This is the 2019. In 2019, this stock was $7. Now it's 117. So yeah, great fundamentals there. I would just buy and hold that one until the growth goes away. When the market pumps, we're going to eat low. Hey, yes, sir. The market's already been kind of pumping the past month. Main and ARCC are some of my big. Yeah, ARCC as well, another great BDC. So let's see here. Let's look at. Oh, what up? JSU said PAL. What's this company right here? Pacific or Proficient Auto Logistics. Unfortunately, this a very small company. I just like giving you my honest thoughts. This is only a $200 million stock. Like these really small companies, I just can't trust a lot of my money. And then look at that. There were 200 million and they're losing net income. Like the net income's kind of choppy here. They used to make net income every quarter. Now they're losing net income every quarter. Nothing's just blowing me away here to really want to buy this stock. Pretty decent balance sheet, but yeah, I'd be careful with that one. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at QBTS. If I go to my watch list right here, we go to here's what's down today. Ooh, Krispy Kreme. If anyone's heard of Krispy Kreme, they're going bankrupt. So sad. They're only worth 550 million. They're burning so much net income. So expect to no longer see Krispy Kremes. Very sad. But anyway, let me show you what's up today. It should be QBTS. Oops. I accidentally clicked it. QBTS was up like a whopping 50% today. Oops. Is it going to go? Maybe not. So there we go. 53% rally. This is like a quantum stock. My favorite quantum stock is Google, IBM, and QBTS. The thing is, did they report earnings? I don't think they reported earnings. That's the thing. Oh, they did report earnings. Revenue of 15 million. Let's see. So, oh, that's actually really good. If they actually reported revenue of 15 million, they only reported 2 million. They just that's incredible sales growth. So if they really did report that, I don't know. And you got to do some more research on them because they just reported earnings. So Luke said SoFi. Yeah, I haven't looked at SoFi yet. Let's check them out. They're a fintech. I do own that one. I might be a little biased. I got 24 shares of this company left. But let me show you what's so great about this company. Why they deserve the hype around them. I believe they're a fintech. They have their own banking charter. Look at their financial services. This is the best part. I don't believe it. Yo, Ulysses. I didn't even see that. Ulysses, thanks so much for the 24 roses. And Wally for the heart. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. But look at this right here. The financial services have doubled to 300 million, up 101%. It literally just hits a new record every quarter. And if we go to the lending, how'd the lending business do? Up 25%. Wow. So they really did have a phenomenal quarter. I might actually buy more SoFi, even though I'm up on them. They're just so great. So, and they're making net income every quarter. When if we zoom out, SoFi literally used to burn 100 million of net income a quarter. So people can really take SoFi serious. They're a profitable, well-run fintech company. Yo, Nathan, what do you think of buying Sentinel One stock for the future? That's ticker symbol S. So check this out right here. This is ticker symbol S. They trade at um they lose money right now, but you won't believe the growth here. So here's the good news. This is phenomenal sales growth. Sales are at a record, up 33%. Like really good growth. Look at that. Hits a new record every quarter. But here's the bad news. And this is why I think explains why the stock has been nowhere for a couple years. They're kind of burning a lot of money still. 70 million of net income a quarter, which isn't great. So oh, hey, Carlito, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the first link there. It's actually a brokerage. Do you own any Dave? Yeah, dude, I do. Dude, I do own some Dave. It's dang, no, they're still going up. I'm up 94% on them. Yo, Disney had some good earnings today. Uh, Again, don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. I'm down 6%. By the way, I don't sell anything. I don't have a course book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. I'm literally just on here giving my opinion. All I ask is that hopefully you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming on YouTube. What the? So here is GRND. This is I didn't even know this was a publicly traded stock. So this is Grinder. The stock's done really good. It looks like they had a little IPO hype around then, but let's go look at the fundamentals here. Looks like they just reported earnings. Let's see, are they actually doing good? So, wow, they're making a lot of free cash flow, right? 30 million up 130%. What about sales? So sales are up 35%, 100 million of revenue. That's kind of crazy. But they did just lose 100 million of net income. Looks like it was a one-time adjustment because they usually make 20 million a quarter. Their liabilities just jumped up. It's like a mixed bag here. Some good, some bad. But the stock's at an all-time high today. Congrats if you own them because they're doing great. Yo, Rory Shop, how's it going, dude? Doing great. How about you? So someone said VOO. This is just the S&P 500. This is what you want to have like the backbone of your portfolio into. If you don't know what to buy, just buy the S&P. Breaks your money up for you into all these great top U.S. companies by market cap: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Google, Netflix. I own a lot of those individually. I'm wondering if I should save up when Trump's 90 days are over and for the fall again. Yeah, just slowly dollar cost average. Yo, Jared, yeah, this is a brokerage if you want to get it. It's in the link tree in bio. First link there. It's called Mumu. Let's see here. What is SEZL? Yeah, let's look at some more stocks here. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat, by the way. I'd appreciate if y'all would. There's 100 people on TikTok. I'd appreciate if some of y'all would go over to my YouTube stream because my TikTok account has been permanently banned over 8 times, and it's been unbanned 8 times, and I'm scared it's gonna be just permanently banned one day. Anyway, look at SEZL, all-time high, up 51% on the day. That's actually crazy. They must have reported some great earnings. Yeah, look at that. Huge beat on revenue. Analysts were expecting 60 million. They reported 104 million, and the net income beat by whoa, they beat by like 800% on their net income and EBITDA. Dude, I can see why this stock's done up 51% today. They're on my watch list as well. Yeah, congrats if you own them, dude. Really, really solid earnings from them. Is NextEra Energy good? So yeah, this is a utility. If you're in Florida, if you live in Florida, most likely you have your utility bill through them because they own Florida Power and Light, which has like literally 90% of the utility infrastructure in Florida. But this is a great dividend growth company. You get a 3% dividend yield here, and the payout ratio is only a 60%. So you get a lot of room to raise their dividend there. And look at the net income. They had a one-time adjustment. They actually make over a billion of net income. Actually, more like 1.5 billion of net income every quarter. So yeah, US currency is falling. What should we do? So whenever the dollar falls, usually since dollars are worth less, stocks actually go up. The market cap of stocks go up because the dollar is worth less. It's like an inverse little thing there. If that made sense. Yo, Adrian, dude, I was thinking about you whenever I saw this stock go up. I'm like, Adrian is so happy. Um, this is D-Wave Quantum. This is a quantum computing stock right here. They reported earnings. They made 15 million of revenue. So this quarter they just made 15 million, and if we go to the quarter before, it was 2 million. Like they've always been at 2 million of revenue. So they really just grew the fundamentals there. Yeah, look at that. They beat on revenue. They barely lost any net income, and the EBITDA only 6 million lost there. So that I can see why they're up so much. So let's see. Take a look at Ashmore Group. Hey, thanks. What's up, Tom? Pays a third. You know what? I don't know the ticker symbol, but I'll type it in for you. I appreciate you being on the YouTube stream. Wait, Ashmore Group. Maybe I can't find. You know what? I apologize. Maybe give me the ticker symbol for that stock. I'll look at it right away, Tom. I can't find that one. Ashmore Group. I'm sorry. Yo, let's see here. What platform are you on? Yeah, if you want to get this platform, it's called Mumu. It's in the link tree in bio. First link there. It's a brokerage. It's free. But anyway, here's Castellanum. Looks like a risky company. They're only worth $77 million. That's a very small company, actually. They kind of just IPO'd. The revenue is only 10 million. The revenue is actually down 7%, and they're losing net income every quarter. So really, nothing's blowing me away here to really want to buy this stock. I mean, from a financials point of view, but they could still do good, you know? Oh, MasterCard. Yo, there's MasterCard and Visa. They have like a shared duopoly on the payment processors. You know, those small transaction fees that are slowly bankrupting us are making them a boatload of money. So check this out right here. The net income's ridiculous. Easy, over 3 billion of net income every quarter. It's super consistent. So, yeah. ASHM. Let's check that one out. Oh, yeah, we can look at NVIDIA as well. ASHM. You know, I do apologize. I don't think it must be an OTC stock because I cannot find that company there. If you got another stock you're going to look at, let me know. I do apologize. Oh, here we go. We have it on Webull. So okay, so yeah. They're a $1.4 billion company. Yeah, I just can't view much about this stock, unfortunately. We can look, they have a really good balance sheet. Looks like no debt, lots of assets. What about, yeah, they're making net income full year 2024. They made 98 million of net income. Maybe I can see how much their dividend cost. They made 98 million of net income. The dividend cost for the full year 2024, 119 million of net income. So I don't know if they can quite afford the dividend right now. I'd be a little careful with that one. So yeah, does Monsoon I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, let's go look at does Mumu have a stock? Yeah, ticker symbol FUTU. So this app, this brokerage that I'm on right now is publicly traded, ticker symbol FUTU. And here at least you know that the brokerage is doing good. You know, if you look right here, wow, 240 million of net income a quarter, or in the most recent quarter, a lot of it's interest income. We can see their users. This app has 25 million users, pretty cool. Anyway, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio, first link there. But let's look at NVIDIA stock. Oh, yeah, we could look at AMD as well. Is it too late for SEZL? Honestly, I think the risk to reward doesn't look too good. I mean, you could maybe juice another 10-20% out of them, but I'd look elsewhere probably right now. But here's NVIDIA stock. I'll be quick about this one. You know, PC GPU market share incredible. It's an 18%. That's very fair. Very good. The automotive business is at a record because this company partners with WeRide and Cadillac, and the net income was 22 billion. Let me show you NVIDIA's portfolio. You guys know NVIDIA is so big that they own some individual companies. So if we go to NVIDIA's portfolio right here, they own part of ARM, APLD, and RX. And let's see. Nebius AI. But anyway, yeah, that's NVIDIA's portfolio right there. Amazon owns some individual stocks as well. They're really big. So, yo, Ty said CEG, Constellation Energy. That is my favorite nuclear energy stock. So I do own that one here in my Robinhood. I have 15. They're actually my third largest holding. This is my third largest holding, ticker symbol CEG. So this company owns, I'll be quick, 50% of all the U.S. nuclear energy reactors. So this is the largest pure play for nuclear energy. They own 50% of the U.S. reactors. And they're restarting 3 Mile Island. They're partnering with Microsoft. So I like CEG as a utility buyback play. So let's see. And they're cheap for the long term. Yeah, so here we just looked at Nvidia. Now let's look at AMD. You know, AMD just reported earnings and they triple beat. They had a nice beat on revenue, beat on net income, and EBITDA by a slight bit. This is a nice data center play now. The data center business is up 57% to a new record, which is pretty good. Great free cash flow, great net income, and great balance sheet. No net debt on AMD. That's what I love. They have a better balance sheet than like most of the other ones. So let's see. Well, oh yeah, hey, this was Robinhood right here. If you want to get this app as well, Toshigi, it's in the link tree, and it's actually the second link in my bio if you want to get that app right here. I keep my Roth IRA on Robinhood, because you can't have a Roth IRA on Moomoo. But anyway, let's keep going here. Um, let's see, BROS Dutch Bros. Let's see here. So Dutch Bros, this is like a Starbucks competitor if you've heard of them before. Look at their company operated shops. Now, this is what I remember being really impressive about the company. The company operated shops are up 38% year over year. And for a restaurant in this environment to grow it that much is super impressive. And if we go to right here, they're making net income every quarter now and they're free cash flow positive. So they're finally a profitable company. They're doing great. Let's see. What are your thoughts on BRKB? So yeah, that's Berkshire Hathaway. If y'all didn't know, Warren Buffett just stepped down as the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. The new CEO has been preparing 30 years for this. You know, they own a lot of businesses inside one. Like they own Geico, they own Dairy Queen, they own Energizer, the battery company. They just own a bunch of little companies, or not little, but big companies. Like let's look at their insurance. We actually use Geico. We just switched to them, and we actually saved a lot of money, just like the slogan said. 105 billion of annual revenue now. Wow, just from Geico. So yeah, Dutch Bros hit Starbucks been good lately. Yeah, dude, Starbucks has not performed too well because they actually the growth has collapsed at Starbucks. Y'all want to see something sad? Actually, the margins. Look at the net income. The net income fell 50% year over year, and that wasn't like a one-time adjustment. That was real organic margin collapse. If you go to their net margin, it fell 51% to a 4.38%. So that was the bad news about Starbucks, to the point where their net income in the most recent quarter couldn't afford the dividend. So yeah, Starbucks, I'd actually rather buy a Dutch Bros than a Starbucks right here, probably. Let's see here. What's up? Oh, wait, we got to look at AppLovin. Yo, Vincent, this is a great company. If you've maybe you've not heard of this company right here, incredible numbers. Look, they're an advertising business, and you won't believe this. This is why they deserve all the hype. Yeah, real Vincent, incredible growth here. Look, up 70% year over year on their advertising business. Incredible, and it's not just the advertising business growing, but it's their bottom line. They just reported 600 million of net income in the most recent quarter. What about free cash flow? Free cash flow was 830 million. I mean, the growth of the fundamentals is why the growth of the stock price has been so crazy. So yeah, they're up 14% on the day. I think they reported earnings this morning. Yeah, they reported earnings yesterday. Yep. Wow. Very nice. Let's see. QQQ. Yo, here's a quick little not financial advice here, in my opinion. Never buy the QQQ, but buy the QQQM if you're just a buy and hold investor. This is the exact same ETF with the exact same NASDAQ 100 strategy, but with a lower expense ratio. So QQQM is the exact same thing as QQQ with a lower expense ratio. So there's a little advice for you there. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. Is SoFi any good? Yeah, dude, I love SoFi. I do own that one here. I'll show you again my portfolio here. We're down 6% all the time in here. Don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. Here's this is my risk on portfolio. I don't know what I just clicked, dude. This is my risk on portfolio. A lot of these stocks are really risky, like a UiPath, an Enphase, a Toast. Look at Donut. Krispy Kreme, all-time low today. Literal all-time low. They're going bankrupt, sadly. Yeah, I got like Yelp, I got Reddit, Supermicro, Sprouts Farmers, Hood. But yeah, one of the stocks I like is SoFi Technologies right here. I'll be quick about this one because we just looked at this one a second ago. But I'll show you the best part about SoFi, because they're a fintech. Look at this, their financial services business. This is why they deserve the hype. It's up 101% year over year. So incredible organic growth here on SoFi. So yeah. And they're making net income every quarter. What company? I'm not sure. Super Monster. I don't remember what I was saying there. Oh yeah, let me go back to MU right here. So, what do you think about the dividend player EPR? Oh, that's EPR Properties. Yeah, that's a REIT, a real estate investment trust. Remind me to look at them, and I'll check them out. So here's Micron Technology. They're kind of like an Nvidia. They're in the computer networking business. Like, look at their computer networking revenue growth. This is why I really like them. It's up 101 or 108%. So the sales have literally doubled from the previous year. If you go to the storage business unit, that's up 53% year over year. Mobile business, that's down 33. So it's like a mixed bag, but overall growing. Yeah, sales were up 38. Net income was, look at that. So they're making net income every single quarter, over a billions in the most recent quarter. When if you scroll back to last year, yeah, look at that, yikes. They used to actually lose over a billion of net income a quarter. So they've really actually turned around their fundamentals. You got SoFi too. Hey, that's what's up, William. Ty said thoughts on Hood. So yeah, this is Robinhood stock right here. You know what? I'll show you that over here because I own this one as well. Not much of them. Again, with these risky companies, you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in them. But here's why Robinhood is just so amazing. Look at this growth. I mean, it's up 50% year over year. Incredible growth. I mean, this is what I like to look at, the numbers and also the growth of their bottom line. They're making so much net income now when they literally used to lose so much net income every quarter. So Robinhood, people can take him serious. I do really like them. So yeah. Oh yeah, let me look at EPR Properties. So this is a REIT, a real estate investment trust. They actually have to, by law, pay out most of their income in the form of a dividend. With these REITs, you won't outperform the market. Like, unfortunately, the stock is lower than it was in 2019, but it's kind of like a realty income. They aren't either. But look at this. What you do get is a 6.5% dividend. So you're mainly buying the stock for the dividend. Yeah, so experimental, that's most of their business. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, anyway, they actually have a sustainable 6% dividend because they're a real estate investment trust. What do you think about Webull versus Robinhood? Yeah, I did a YouTube video where I compare all three of these apps. If you want to get, this is my favorite app right here, by the way. If you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in my bio. First link there. It's a brokerage. It's called Moomoo. Which company can I invest in? You can invest in the SM, I don't know. Yo, here's a I'm not sure what you mean there, but here's a great growth company. This is Shopify. Yeah, what's up? Concert, he said Shopify. You won't believe the growth here. Here's why they deserve all the hype around them. Look at Shopify's annual sales growth. In 2018, this was a billion, but in full year 2024, it was 8.8 billion. They've 8x the fundamentals. Incredible. And look, they're making free cash flow every quarter. They're making net income, a billion in net income in the most recent quarter. So the fundamentals do look very fair there. I love the growth here. Oh, hey, try not to spam. I'll try to get to all the stocks here. I do apologize here. So let's check out LEGN. What Legend Biotech. So they're a big market cap actually, $5.7 billion market cap. Unfortunately, the stock has not done too good the past couple weeks here. Let's see if we can figure out why. So the revenue's done great. Wow, the revenue's up over double. They have a good balance sheet. Okay, so it looks like they're still losing net income every quarter. Yeah, so you see how it says they made 26 million? That was a one-time adjustment. They actually lost 74 million. So Hmm. I think the stock is just going down because they're losing a lot of money right now. We want to see that company get profitable, in my opinion. Oh yeah, here's a firm. This is a buy now, pay later. If any has anyone been to like Amazon and you can like buy, you can like pay in four. I don't recommend to like do that, but this is the buy now, pay later stock. And in a recession, this will get smoked. People just won't pay back those loans. But here's the good news, the great news. The sales growth is phenomenal. It's up 50% from the previous year. And look at the net income. They're finally net income positive. They made 80 million for the first time. The free cash flow is always ridiculous. They have a lot of stock-based comp. That's why they're making 260 of free cash flow and only 80 million of net income because the stock-based comp is included in GAAP net income. But I love a firm. They're finally actually making GAAP net income. Incredible. So let's see here. VOO S&P 500. Yeah, dude, can't go wrong. You just buy and hold the S&P. You should just get 7 to 8% of your money back every year with this. Breaks your money up for you into the top 500 companies. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, all those great companies. So let's see. I don't know if you saw, but Maine announced a special dividend to be paid. I didn't know that, K dude. Actually, thanks for that. Yo, Joe Button, this is a brokerage. If you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio. First link there. Yeah. Ooh, someone said, what was my cost basis on Meta and look at Meta stocks? So yeah, I do own Meta, by the way. I got just 4 shares of them, but we're up 22% on them. Our average cost is basically $500 a share. I love Meta, dude. Literally half of the world is on one of their apps a day. If we go to their daily active users, look at this. Their daily active users are 3.43 billion. Incredible. And also the bottom line here. They make literally 16 billion of net income in the most recent quarter. Their margins are the most incredible part. They have a 40% net margin. So you go spend $100 on Meta ads, Instagram ads, $40 of that is after tax net profit for them. I mean, incredible. So yo, Oliver said data, please. Yeah, so if I go over here, oh yeah, we'll look at waste management too. If I go over to my Roth IRA, I do own 10 shares of data. A lot of people like this one right now because today, in literally less than 2 hours, in 2 hours, this company reports earnings and they're either going to go up or down a bunch. Let me show you why, in my opinion, not financial advice, don't follow me into this. I think they're gonna skyrocket after earnings. I think they're gonna be, they always do. Like, look at this revenue growth. This is what attracted me to this stock. The revenue was up 161% year over year. This is what I like to look for in a company with great fundamentals. Like their agility revenue as well is up 25% year over year, also to a new record. The net income is now positive, no net debt, great balance sheet, cash from operations is finally exploding. So I think they should do good. Um, but I don't know though. Oh, yeah. So let's look at waste management. This company, 9% of the company is owned by Bill Gates. So Bill Gates sees something in waste management. This is a great buy and hold forever kind of company. You're never going to, people always got to throw away their trash. You also, if you buy the stock even right now, you still get a 1.31% dividend. So very nice dividend yield. And look, the net income is just like 700 million of net income a quarter. Very nice. And if you go to the top shareholders, like I said, 8% of the company is owned by Bill Gates or the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Ooh, yo, Pola said Spotify, SPOT. So yeah, dude, Spotify Technologies, look, all-time high today. I wish instead of paying for Spotify every month, I was buying the stock every month. Yeah, congrats if you own this one. Look at their, uh-oh, mom, sorry. I'm a little busy. Oh, yo, hey, that, well, I'll handle that later. Look, here's the good news about Spotify. Um, look at their premium subscribers right here. I mean, this is the impressive part. Their premium revenue growth, it's incredible. It's up a new record in the most recent quarter. So incredible premium growth. If you look at the free cash flow, they're making so much free cash flow every quarter. They're making net income every quarter. Spotify makes literally 300 million of after-tax net income profit every quarter. So the valuation is ridiculously high. Dang. Yeah, Teddy, this ain't gonna be good. Yeah, my phone's on 5% anyway. My phone's about to die. Hey, if y'all want to hit the follow button, by the way, I go live every day, twice a day. We're for sure gonna be live later tonight. By the way, I don't sell anything. I don't have a course, a book. I don't have a Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. Watch out for people impersonating me as well. If you follow me, I really appreciate that. You might get followed by someone appreciating me. But MSTR, please. So yeah, we'll look at a few more stocks here. This is MicroStrategy. In this company, Michael Saylor, this stock just owns a bunch of Bitcoin. You won't believe their balance sheet. You go to the balance sheet for this company, look, it's crazy. 43 billion of assets. Those assets are just just the Bitcoin that they own. Incredible. So yeah, it's a Bitcoin proxy. Whatever Bitcoin does, usually they move it times two. So yeah. Palantir, please. Oh yeah, we haven't looked at Palantir. What's up, Otter? So yeah, Palantir, they're up 9% today. They reported earnings 2 days ago. The earnings weren't too great, but or actually no, the earnings were good. Let me look at this. They beat on revenue, they beat on net income, and they beat on EBITDA. Look at let's see the government contract revenue. Wow, this is updated data. It's up 45% year over year. So the government revenue hit a new record, up 45%. What about the commercial? Up 32%. That's actually that's their highest growth rate that I've seen in years. So up 32% year over year. Phenomenal. Net income was 200 million. Great balance sheet. Literally, Palantir has no debt. They literally have no debt at all and 5.43 billion of cash. So yeah, Palantir is doing great. ALAB, is this Astera Labs? So yeah, here's Astera Labs. We can look at Microvast as well. What's up, Freddie? So here's Astera Labs. Let's check out the fundamentals here. So product sales, how are their product sales doing? Actually, let me go down here and look at it. So the sales are up, wow, 150% year over year, literally to a new record. Record sales. What about net income? And they made 31 million of net income. Actually, they only made about 8 million of net income. The rest of that, whoa. So they must have made like 20 million of interest. Yeah, they have 900 million of cash, no debt, and that cash is earning them interest. That's why the operating profit was 11 and net income was 31. So this company made 20 million of interest on their cash this quarter. Jeez. QBTS, please. I held since $1. No way. Did you really? So then you're up literally 10x on your shares. That's incredible. They're up 50% on the day. Yeah, QBTS, they just reported earnings and they had a nice beat. The analysts were expecting 10 million of revenue. Well, they reported 15 million of revenue. Very nice beat. They also lost less net income than expected and the EBITDA was good too. So yeah, I see I don't know if 50% rally is crazy. I don't think I would not buy that stock right now, but yeah. Oh, let's look. Oh, here's another very cool stock. Let's look at Uber right here. So Uber Technologies, they just reported earnings as well. Great company in my opinion. We can see their active users. They have 171 million monthly active users. Here's the mobility business. Like Uber is still growing. That's the incredible part. Like COVID is over and the sales are still up 25%. If we look at the delivery revenue, like Uber Eats, it's up 20% year over year as well. So the free cash flow is the best part. They literally in the most recent quarter made 2.25 billion of free cash flow. The net income is over a billion of net income a quarter. So Uber's really turned around the business and they're really profitable now. Oh yeah, I think Microvast is MVST. So yeah, this is Microvast right here. So Microvast, they're up 6% on the day. They might have reported earnings. So yeah, look at that. They had a huge beat on earnings. They were expecting 92, but they reported 113. That's a huge beat. They missed on net income. But the revenue growth was very nice. That uh, hmm. Yeah, they're still a really small company. Like they're only worth 670 million. So I'd still be a little careful with that stock. Yo, someone said AUR. What is AUR? Aurora Innovation. Oh yeah. So I remember looking at this stock right here. So I believe this company doesn't have any sales or actually low. Yeah, so look at that. Yeah, this company right here has never sold a product or a service. So the last time they did was in 2022. They sold 2 million of product, but right now for 2024, they haven't sold a single dollar of product or service or anything. And here's the bad news. They're literally losing while selling nothing. They're still losing 200 million of net income a quarter. So they have a great balance sheet though. They can easily afford these net income losses, but I just don't like to see that. They like this company literally doesn't sell anything. They have no sales for 2024 or 2023 and they're losing 200 million a quarter. So they can afford it, but I'm just being careful with that one. Oh yeah, someone said Nvidia. Oh, just bought one more shares of Innodata. Hey, yeah, they report earnings today. So if you buy now, you're kind of betting into earnings. But yeah, good luck. I'm there with you. I got 10 shares. Here's Nvidia. We'll kind of wrap up on this right here. Ooh, we could look at Duolingo as well. But here's Nvidia stock. PC GPU market share of 18%. The automotive business is at a new all-time high as well. And then the compute and networking business. This is why they deserve the hype. It's literally doubled from the previous year. It's up 101% year over year to a new record. And so is the bottom line. They made 22 billion of net income just in the most recent quarter. If we zoom out to a year ago, they used to make under a billion of net income a quarter. So they really have turned around the business. And we can also see Nvidia's portfolio. Nvidia is a big company so much that they own some stocks. Like they own part of ARM, they own part of APLD, RX. RX is a terrible stock, by the way. Don't buy them. Uh, in Nebius as well. Oh yeah, let's go look at Duolingo. They just reported phenomenal earnings. And then we'll go look at my portfolio as well. I got some stocks I want to look at real quick, show you. But look at Duolingo. They deserve the all-time high. Phenomenal earnings. I mean, they have no debt. And look at the subscription revenue growth. This is why they deserve the hype. Subscription revenue hits a new record every quarter, up 45% from the previous year. And look at the advertising. They're an advertising business. It's up 38%. So the advertising business is growing. The subscription revenue is growing. The free cash flow is at 100 million. The net incomes. Everything about this company is really good. It's all growing. What's this? Oh yeah, if you want to get this platform, Oppenheimer, it's the first link in the link tree in my bio. It's called Moomoo. It's actually a brokerage. But yeah. And then let me show you all my stocks. I appreciate y'all being here. By the way, if you want to hit the follow button, we'll be live later tonight for sure. I don't sell anything. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, literally nothing. All I have is a YouTube channel. So the main way to support me, if y'all wanted to support me, just go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming on there as well. And if you missed anything, you can replay the live stream. But here are all the stocks that we own. I just like being completely transparent. Here's my total percent change on every stock. We're down on UNH. We're down on Google. Here's some of my bigger losers though. Like no other TikToker I feel like shows their winners or their losers. Like look at this right here. If we go to this one, we're actually down 6% all time in here. So, don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. Again, I don't sell nothing, but yeah, that was the portfolio. Dave did phenomenal today. They're up 40%. Yeah. So yeah, that was the video. But again, my TikTok account that I'm on right now has been permanently banned. I kid you not, 8 times. Where if you look it up, it doesn't exist. I can't log in, and it's been unbanned 8 times, and I'm scared. it's going to get permanently banned. So if y'all want to support me, again, main way, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I stream on there as well, and it helped me out a lot. But anyway, have a great rest of your day. Oh, Melly, yeah, if you want to get this app, Melly, the app is in the link tree in my bio, the very first link there. Have a great rest of your day. It's a brokerage. See ya. Man, thank you all for the YouTube.